How difficult it is to bowl at a certain line and length, and how much it depends on the condition and opponent.
Yeah, look, I think what we try to do as much as we can is adapt to the conditions. You turn up to the pitch, Abu Dhabi, Dubai the first time, you have some idea of how it's going to play given the history, but the fact is you have to adapt as quick as you possibly can. For us, we have a pretty simple theory though. We try to bowl 7 metres as a fast bowling group, 5 metres as a spin bowling group, and we practice those lengths consistently. So regardless of the pitch, the conditions, generally if you're in and around those areas, you're in the right slots. Then it really comes on to, do you have to change your pace? Is it better to be wider or straighter, depending on the pitch, the conditions, the boundaries, etc. So we talk about that. We have our basic game plan that we go into with a bowling attack, and then we adjust as quick as we can.
All right. The next one is from Hindu, and they have a question. Pacers have really attempted the Yorker at death over till now. Is it to do with the lack of practice, or there is a confidence issue?
No, look, I think the Yorker is just one of the many balls that a fast bowler has in their armoury. I think if you look at the pitch that we played on most of the time so far, being Abu Dhabi, it's got really big square boundaries and it's on the slowish side. So you could argue that the length ball, or the slow bouncer, is harder to hit for 6 rather than perhaps take the pitch out of play, miss a Yorker and get hit back over your head. It's definitely not a ball that's been just ruled out for us. I think you saw Bumrah bowl at AB de Villiers the other day, missed it, got hit for a couple of 6s, but went back to it in the super over and executed it brilliantly. So look, it's a tough ball to hit under pressure, and also that if you miss that ball, the likelihood that it's going to get hit for a boundary back over your head goes higher. So from our point of view, we have a whole range of different balls that we have. We look at the batsmen, we analyse where they score at the back of the game, where are their preferred zones, and we try to make it as hard as we possibly can with an element of unpredictability, so the batsman isn't quite sure what length or line the bowler's bowling and has a field that gives the bowler options to bowl 2 or 3 different balls.
Right. This one is particular to our match tomorrow. Comes from Radio 1, Midday and Shillong Times. All 3 wants to ask about what would be Mumbai Indians' plan for KL Rahul considering his form, and what has been your conversation with your bowlers with regards to our opponent.
KL Rahul, yeah, it's a good question. He's got runs against us in the last few games as well. Brilliant player. We're having our bowlers meeting this afternoon, so in terms of the planning for our next opponent who are playing well, that's happening this afternoon. KL, look, we know he's a dynamic player, scores all around the field. We also know that he takes his time generally through the middle overs, so that's perhaps an opportunity if he gets that far to create some pressure on him and the batsmen in and around him. Look, we will have specific ideas about how we're going to get him out. In the end, we just can't allow him to score in the areas where he's very strong. Scores well over extra cover, the pick up over fine leg. We've got quality bowling unit, so we just have to put as much pressure on him and Mayank, who have been the 2 key batters for Kings 11, played brilliantly throughout the series so far. So if we can create some pressure and get those boys out early and put a little bit more pressure on that middle order early, then hopefully we can restrict them to a score or stop them scoring the runs that we can get on the board. I think we're reasonably confident with our batting lineup that we've put good runs on the board so far in every match that we've played, and are a tough batting order to stop. Plus we've played on this ground twice, so we sort of know what to expect with the conditions, so that should help us a bit.
Right. Mumbai Mirror, this is somewhat similar to previous question related to the Abu Dhabi and Dubai pitches. How do you recommend the 2 pitch? And how different or similar are the lengths that the pacer have to target for both the grounds?
Yeah, as I said, the lengths are similar. At the end of the day, it's been funny. We've looked at the history of these grounds and other competitions, and the scores have been around 140 to 160, averaging out about 150. Yet in this tournament, we're seeing huge amounts of runs on both grounds, 180, 200 at Dubai in particular. On wickets that you wouldn't say are just completely batsman friendly. The wickets have been a little bit slow. There's been a little bit of seam movement early on for the fast bowlers. So you have to give credit to the batsmen and the shot making in the tournament so far. It's been exceptional. So I think as the tournament moves on, the wickets might slow down a little bit, as indicated by last night's game. But you have to be accurate, particularly when we're going to play a couple of games at Sharjah where you've seen some massive scores. So look, we talk about bowling wicket to wicket, dead straight. If we're going to bowl at the wide line, attack it, even bowl outside the wide line, get under batsmen's feet, you have to use your bouncer. All those things are going to apply tomorrow, and we'll work through our game plans try and keep things as simple as we can, and then just rely on the boys on the field with Roa to come up with any things that they need to adapt to depending on the conditions.